If you're looking to buy your first stock, you've come to the right place. I'm going to be breaking down what the stock market is, how beginners just like you can start investing, and how real people are getting wealthy every day. No hype, just value. Let's get started. The stock market is actually very simple. Imagine that you own a business and you want to grow that business. To do that, you're going to need money, or in this case, investors. One of the best places to find those investors is in the stock market. Now, in order to raise a lot of money, you're going to need to sell part of your ownership of your company to your investors. And when you sell that, that is what is called stock. For simplicity's sake, let's say that you buy some shares of Nvidia, Google, and Amazon. After you do this, you are now what's called an owner. Regardless of the size of your position, you now own actual stock in that company. Now, as long as that company is publicly traded, anyone can buy shares. And when a bunch of people buy stock, they are now called stockholders. And you can have thousands of people that do this. Before you can begin trading, you need what's called an online brokerage account. This is going to allow you to be able to invest your money and to be able to buy and sell stocks at your leisure. To make your life easy, I've included some of the best brokerages that I've come across over the years in the description down below. Check it out for yourself. After you select your brokerage account, the very next thing that you're going to want to do is then to transfer money to your actual brokerage account. So go to your bank, get with your broker, figure out how you can exchange the money, and after you do this, you'll now be ready with money into your account so you can buy stock at your leisure. When first starting off, it's a good idea to invest your money into good companies. So the question then is how do you find good companies? Start with the S&P 100. These are the top 100 companies in the market. The way they become the top companies is through having good fundamentals, good ownership, a good track record that has been proven over a long period of time. Here's an example of the Magnificent Seven. These 7 companies combined have the largest market cap in the stock market. There's never any certainty in the stock market, but when you invest your money into companies like this, you're putting the odds in your favor that your money is going to compound over time. And the better a company does in profits, there's a good chance that company is going to issue what's called a dividend to its stockholders. And this is just a way of saying thank you and giving you extra money on the shares that you've bought in the past. And the beautiful thing about dividends, all you need to do is just own stock. And then you build what's called passive income. Another great thing about owning stock is you can sell whenever you want. Say, for example, the stock has reached a level on your chart that you think is pretty significant and you just want to cash out. Or maybe you want to take that money and buy a different stock. Maybe you don't believe in the company anymore. There was some bad news that came out. Once you sell the stock, the money then appears in your brokerage account, and then you can take that money and you can invest it in other stocks. And the best part is there's no fees or commissions. You can do as you please. After you sell your stock, you now have 2 options. Option A, you can put the money back into your bank account, or option B, you can leave the money in your brokerage account. Now, some brokerage accounts will actually give you interest on the money that you have sitting to the side as an incentive to keep your money in there. Now that we understand how to open a brokerage account, transfer money from our bank to our brokerage account, let's now focus on the 4 different ways that you can start making money today. The 4 different options are buy and hold, a dividend investor, a speculator, and a trader. So now let's break down each one of these categories. The buy and hold strategy is a long-term investing strategy, and this is the most common path to wealth. People buy stocks and they hold them for years, even decades. It's the classic set it and forget it approach. The next avenue is being what we call a trader. Now, these are people who buy and sell frequently. And their whole approach is they want to make money off of these buy and sell trades. So they have to be a little bit more precise about their entries and exits because they're trying to beat the market, if you will, to make money as income. Traders are not concerned with holding stock for years and years and years. They don't care whether a company is going to grow over the next 5 to 10 years. They're looking to make money over the next couple of days, couple of weeks, couple months. Now, as a beginner, I would not encourage that you take this route until you get experience, until you get the right mindset, until you get the right knowledge base to be able to do this. And luckily for you, that's going to be included in this channel as we get going with some more videos. But for now, understand that this is the riskiest way to approach trading, and you really have to have the right skill set to be able to do it efficiently. The next avenue is what we call a speculator. Now, these are people who speculate on a specific company and that they think may go up in time, but at the time is a little bit riskier. An example, say Bitcoin. Who would have thought Bitcoin would have went up to over $100,000 a share? Or maybe Tesla. Riskier, but definitely a way to build wealth if you get in on the right company at the right time. Now, if you plan on going this approach, here's a pro tip. Be very, very cautious how much that you risk, because this company could go to zero and you could lose all your money. So very small risk, and please, please do not fall in love with this company. Yes, there's a great chance it could go high, but there's also a chance it could go to nothing. Be cautious, risk less, and see how it plays out. The final way then is to be what we call a dividend investor. Their whole mindset, their approach is they're just gonna buy stocks that pay a dividend. And then every time that dividend pays out, they'll then take that money and reallocate it back into those same stocks, or maybe even other ones that offer a dividend, and just keep reinvesting their money so they can build what we call passive income over time. Simple and easy. Now, if you want your brokerage account to automatically just reinvest that money back into these stocks, you can do that, and you do that through what's called a DRIP, a dividend reinvestment plan. Me personally, I'm actually a big fan of this approach because you're literally getting paid to do nothing. You just put your money into good companies that pay a dividend, and every time it pays you, you put it right back into those same positions. Simple, easy. There's nothing wrong with any of these approaches. They're all valid and they all work. But here's the deal, is you have to find which one is going to be the best fit for you. Stay consistent and keep doing the right things, because consistency will ultimately lead to your financial success. Before you get started, I feel it's appropriate that you understand both the pros and the cons to each of these methods. So do a little bit of research and find which one's going to be the most suitable for you. As you get started, you're going to see there's going to be a lot of stocks for you to choose from. And the idea here is not to get too overwhelmed, because you're going to have stocks in the energy sector, technology sector, real estate, retail, banking, and pharmaceutical sector. And it's important that you don't let these companies overwhelm you. As a newbie investor, I would recommend that you put your money into safe companies, safe plays, say companies in the S&P 100, companies that have proven themselves over years and years and years to have good fundamentals, good leadership, good solid companies that you know with a high probability are not going to go bankrupt overnight. Because if you put your money into small companies that are just starting out, that are very speculative, good chance that, well, you could lose a lot of money, maybe all of your money. So why not just be safe? So please, take my advice. The stock market is a tool that can make you a lot of money. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And as you start to go down this path, trust me, a lot of people are gonna say it's gambling. But if you do it right, and you have the right mindset, the right strategies, and you educate yourself correctly, it's not gambling at all. It's a real way that you can create wealth. Clearly, if you've made it this far, you want this to work for you. You wanna make some money in the markets. And you know what? I applaud you. Congrats. But listen, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a long road. You're going to have some frustrations. We all do. But I can promise you this. If you educate yourself and you show up every day with the right mindset and you do things properly, you're going to be fine. You're going to hear a lot of stories from people online. Let's start there. Be careful who you listen to online. And I'm not saying that you blindly listen to me either. This is why down below, you're going to find some information that I'm leaving behind for you. Some footprints. It's not from me. It's from people who have proven success in this market. You can find their information everywhere. And these are your mentors. All that I'm doing is just telling you that it works. I've done the research myself. Now it's your turn to do the research. And just go out there and listen to the right people. You can learn something from everybody. And that's the whole goal with this channel, is to help educate you, to give you information that's not just coming from me, that's coming from another party that has proven success, that I'm applying myself, that I can then educate you with to give you the real facts on how things work. And that's how this works. Stay consistent, show up, and get started. Now that you know how to invest your money, it's time to learn when to invest your money. And luckily for you, I made a video right here that's all about market cycles, timing the market, so you know exactly when you should be getting in and when you should be sitting on the sidelines. I look forward to seeing you there. Take care.